Hello first grade scientists and welcome back to your science job for today. Our target skill for today is I can explain that scientists use a process to conduct investigations. Alrighty, get your spyglass out today, scientists, because we are going to do an investigation together. We are going to explain how scientists work. They use a process, boys and girls. This process is called the scientific method. Can you say, ooh, scientific method? And it's like a list of instructions. When you get a new Lego set, does it sometimes, or a new toy maybe, does it sometimes come with instructions? Things you must do first, second, third, fourth. It comes with a list of steps. That is what scientists use to conduct or to do investigations. The scientific method is a list of steps to help us make discoveries about the world around us. So buckle up first grade scientists, because here we go. Today we're going to be working in these workbook pages. So if you do not have these in front of you, I'd like you to pause the video and go and find these pages, lesson 5. All right, boys and girls, now that we have these pages together, let's get started. So, how do scientists work? We are going to ask ourselves today, how do you paint a rainbow using only 3 colors of paint? That is our question. So lock it in your brain and keep it there as we work through this lesson. Boys and girls, your vocabulary term that you're going to learn today is investigation. You say it, investigation. Get your spyglass out. All right, boys and girls, in order to think like a scientist, we must first observe the world around us. So get your binoculars out, or maybe your spyglass. We are going to make observations about the world around us. Today, for our investigation, we are going to ask the question, what would happen if we mix yellow paint and blue paint? So in front of me, boys and girls, I have some blue paint and I have some yellow paint. What will happen if I mix them together? So we observe the world around us. Our next step in the scientific method is to hypothesize. Tap your chin and say, hypothesize. This is where you make a smart guess about what will happen. So what do you think will happen if we mix the yellow and blue paint, first graders? In this example, it says blue paint and yellow paint mix to make green. That is our smart guess. Now it's time for us to make a plan, So, how are we going to find out if blue and yellow make green? Well, we're going to put yellow paint on a plate. We're going to put some blue paint down. So here we go, boys and girls. I've got my yellow paint and I've got my blue paint. Ready to rock, ready to roll. And the third step, what should we do to find out what happens when you mix them? We are going to mix them. So I'm going to get my papers, boys and girls, and I'm going to mix these paints. Do you think yellow paint and blue paint will mix to create green? You can circle your answer, yes or no. All right, boys and girls, now that we have a plan of how we're going to find the answer, it's time to do the experiment, to test it. So I'm going to mix my blue paint. I'm going to get some of my blue paint and some of my yellow paint, and I'm going to mix it right here in the middle. What's happening? What happened when I mixed my blue paint and my yellow paint, boys and girls? Did it mix to make green? It sure did. How do I know this? Because I did the experiment. It's time for me now to draw conclusions. We ask ourselves, what did we learn? As scientists, we don't just stop there. We ask ourselves, what did we learn? Well, boys and girls, we learned that if you mix blue paint and yellow paint, it will make green paint. What would happen if I did it again? It would still make green paint. Our very last thing to do, scientists, is to record what you observed. It's to communicate and share your results. Should I keep my discovery a secret? No, I want to share it with the world around me. Share it with the people around you. So now I can do a couple of different things. How will I tell the world about my discovery? Will I write a story about it? Will I draw a picture? Your choice as to how you as the scientist want to share your discovery. Here, boys and girls, what colors make green? We discovered that blue and yellow make green. All right, boys and girls, it is now your turn to practice with this scientific method. There are some activities for you at the end of this lesson, and I'll see you next time.